Simonster here with Strength Project. Today I'm teaching you a hollowback tutorial. So there are two ways to do hollowbacks. There's a pike hollow, which some people call inverts, and then there's the arch hollowback. Some people call that a reverse planche. I don't care what you call it, I'm going to teach you the moves today. Okay, the position that you get to in a hollowback is the point right before your shoulders click through. So, as you get more flexible, you're going to bring your hands closer together on the band or the rope, and you're going to do the same thing. Arms up as far as you can get them, and slide back. Okay, this is where you should feel the stretch. You'll feel it across the front of your shoulders and in your pecs. Right, as you get more flexible, bring them closer together. Cool. I don't mind if you bend your arms in a hollowback. If you want to do it with straight arms, you think that looks better, make sure when you do this you keep your arms straight. Okay? Cool. Basically, the more flexibility you have in your shoulders, the deeper you can get your hollowback, the better it's going to look. All right, second thing that you need to be able to do before you can hold a hollowback is be able to hold a handstand. All right? So you should be pretty comfortable holding a handstand without walking for 10 seconds or so, just like this. If you can do this, you're ready to hollowback. If you want to do a pike hollowback or an invert, you also need to have some hamstring flexibility, all right? The better you are at this stretch, the deeper you will be able to go on your hollowback. Cool? So if you can't touch your toes, and this is as far as you get with a pike stretch, then your hollowback angle is limited to here. If you can touch your toes, you can go deeper in your hollowback. Cool? So if you want to improve that, a great way to stretch your hamstrings is this stretch here. Make sure you keep your lower back straight as you do it, trying to touch your toes. The other option is using something on your back, one leg at a time. This is a little less stressful for your back. Put something over your foot, like a towel or a muscle band, and pull that up towards your head. You should feel a stretch across the back of your leg here, back of your knee, and in your hamstrings. Cool. Holding all of these exercises to improve your flexibility, I like to use a rep range of 3 lots of 30 seconds to a minute every day. So do a brief warm-up, some push-ups, make sure your shoulders are warm. You can stretch this position here, 3 lots of 30 seconds. Stretch your pike stretch, 3 lots of 30 seconds. So the other thing that is very helpful for a hollowback is being able to do a bridge. So what you can do, lay down on your back like so, hands by your ears. You want to try to push up on your feet and your hands. Here. Cool? Alright, so training that, trying to hold that for about 30 seconds, help get some extension through your lumbar and thoracic spine, and also through the top of your shoulders. Alright, so hand position. A lot of people ask me what position my hands are in for this move. I like to have my fingers facing as close to forwards as possible. As far as arm position goes, the wider your arms are, the more range you can get through your shoulders. You'll notice that when you're trying to do the stretch with a towel or with a muscle band, the wider you are, the easier it is to pop through, the closer you are, the harder it is to pop through. So I like to have my hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart so I can get good range through my shoulders, but it's also a comfortable position to balance in. All right, so you've got good handstand control, good shoulder flexibility, and good pike flexibility. You're ready to start doing the hollowback. This is my favorite exercise to train pike hollowback. So using a wall, what you're going to do is place your hands on the ground, about 1 meter or so away from the wall, with your stomach facing the wall. Okay, so have your body facing the wall. You're going to slowly walk your feet down the wall as you enter a hollowback. All right. So the way I do a hollowback is always looking at the ceiling. If you ever watch me do a hollowback, you'll notice that my face is always pointing towards the ceiling, all right? Shoulder width, I'm about 1 meter out from the wall, fingers facing more or less forwards. Look at the wall, walk your feet down, okay? That's a pike hollow. Once you're here, you can practice balancing by tapping your feet off the wall and trying to hold the position. Cool? So final step is being able to do this move without the wall. So using the wall is a great way to control yourself into the position of a pike hollowback. Then you can tap off the wall and get a feel for holding the move free. Now once you can do that, you want to be able to do it on the floor without using a wall to enter. So it's basically the same thing. You start in a handstand on the floor and you're gradually going to lower yourself into a pike freeze. From here, gradually lower your body into a pike hollowback. Like so. From here you can mess around with the position of your feet. Figure 4, cross your legs, whatever you want to do, whatever you think looks cool. So that concludes pike hollowbacks. Now, I think it's cool if you can do both. That way you can snap from an arch hollowback to a pike hollowback or vice versa. So now I'm going to teach you how to do the arch hollowback or the reverse planche as some people call it. You need to be very comfortable with the headstand before you try this move. So what you're going to do, traditionally a headstand is here, a tripod position between your arms and your head. You're going to hold this and you're going to walk your hands back so they're behind your head. Okay? From there, your weight is distributed across the back of your head and your 2 hands, and you're gently going to arch your body over towards your back. Headstand, walk your hands back, shift the weight onto the back of your head, and there's a hollowback, a head hollowback. As you get more comfortable, slide your head further away from your hands and go deeper. That's a good one to train leading up to arch hollowbacks without your head on the ground. If you want to get really fancy, you can practice doing a head hollowback. Once you're comfortable with head hollowbacks and arch hollowbacks, try and do a head hollowback and push up into an arch hollowback. So using the wall for arch hollowbacks, you want to have your back facing the wall, the opposite of training for pike hollowbacks. What you're going to do is place your hands about a meter or a little bit further away from the wall. Once again, that's going to change depending on how flexible you are and how tall you are. The taller you are, the further your hands are going to be away from the wall, and the more flexible you are, the closer your hands are going to be to the wall. Okay? So when you're learning, your hands are going to be slightly further out. What you can do, start with your hands about a meter away from the wall. Once again, slightly wider than shoulder width apart, fingers facing forwards. Put your foot against the wall, and you want to try to make your face towards the ceiling, all right? So the deeper you go, the more your face is going to go from angling away from the wall that your feet are on to the ceiling, all right? Let me show you. So starting off with hands here, feet against the wall, try to look through and look at the ceiling. As you get more flexible, more comfortable with that position, you're going to walk your feet slightly lower down and get a little bit more range through your shoulders. So that's an arch hollowback. As I get better. Cool. As with training for a pike hollowback, you can do the same thing with an arch hollowback. Starting with the wall for assistance, you're going to kick off the wall and try to hit the balance point. Now, doing an arch hollowback with both legs straight is quite difficult. It does take a lot of strength. It is quite stressful on your back and on your shoulders. So a good way to start training this move free or feeling the balance for this move is to use the wall, but place your legs in a running man position like so. Okay? The reason this helps, by bending one leg up, you're shifting your center of gravity closer to your face, so it's over your hands. Okay, so it should stop you from falling. You don't need as much flexibility through the shoulders by having one leg up. So now you're comfortable with the shoulder flexibility, you've got a feel for the move against the wall. You want to start practicing at freestanding. So stagger your legs, or go to a running man position and try to kick that one leg off the wall to hit the balance point. Here we go. Hollowback, running man, and I'm trying to find the balance point. There we go. You've got good flexibility against the wall. You can walk your feet down quite far. You're going to try it freestanding. So as with a pike hollowback, start in a handstand, gradually lower down to a staggered position. Once you're there, you can try to straighten one leg and finally straighten the other leg as you get more comfortable with the move. It is really beneficial to have a good bridge and have adequate flexibility through your shoulders that you can kick up from a bridge, okay? That will make training the move a lot more efficient. So anytime you do fall over, you can tap from a bridge and try to go back to a hollow back position and hold it. Whereas if you can't kick up from a bridge, the second you fall over, you're done. Cool? So let me show you. Hollow back, try to go lower. If you fall, try to tap up from a bridge, back to a hold. Once you're here, you can practice straightening one leg. And finally, both legs. Cool, it's very hard to talk in that position. Now, when you're learning this move, whilst you're developing the shoulder flexibility, you might find that you're having difficulty with your hands sliding apart from each other. All right, that's really common if you're training on carpet or a slippery floor. One way that you can avoid that is to get a towel, a muscle band, something that you can hold between your hands like so, that will stop your hands from slipping out when you train the move. Okay, so when I train on carpet, I like to use a muscle band like so. Put your hands inside, get a bit of tension at the point where you want your hands to be, and then you can train it without letting your hands slip away from each other. The muscle band will keep them together. So here, handstand, and that's as wide as my hands are gonna go. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you have any tutorials that you want from me, leave them in the comment section below.